All right, I thought I might give this a try and do something a little bit different today. I've been thinking a lot about genius, creativity, and things, and thinking a lot about failure and experiencing it. There's a team, a minor league baseball team called the Savannah Bananas. I just heard about the Savannah Bananas. They are new to me. But I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was saying that the guy who's running their marketing campaign is a genius. The guy's a genius. And he goes, he did all this stuff. He tried everything. He did like dollar beer night, and that failed. He did all these different gimmicks and stuff, and everything failed. And so I'm like, what I hear you saying is that this guy's a genius because he just fucked up a bunch. That's kind of what it sounds like. And I really don't think that's that far off. Because there's an old quote that I'll butcher, but it's like, genius is as common as dirt, you know, blah, blah, blah. Talent is common. All these things are essentially valueless. All that really matters is persistence. They say the obstacle is the way, the Stoics. I think that's true. It's just utterly painful. But I think about it in context of the Bhagavad Gita, which we talked a little bit about the Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to run out of battery. I just wanted to say what's up and try doing a little walk and talk this morning. Happy Friday. I see there's a couple of y'all here. I've just been thinking about grit, will, determination, because I bombed my fucking host set last night in my own room, which is always fun. I was so cocky too. I've been doing pretty well and had a great day yesterday. Ups and downs. It's amazing the range of emotions you can experience just in the course of a day. But in the context of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is told by Krishna that he's got to fight. And Krishna, reveals himself as God and tells him to fight. He's like, I thought you were peaceful. He's like, well, dude, there's only one way out of this, and that is to fight. That's literally it. You have to fight. You're a warrior. It's what you do. If you don't fight, you're going to be the laughing stock of all of India. You don't want that, But Arjuna's like, look, dude, these are all my family. I don't want to fight them. I don't want to battle them. I care about them. I don't want to have to do that. He's like, well, if you don't fight, then you'll lose. And on top of that, you won't advance spiritually. So it's a lose-lose, is what tamasic energy is. It's the part of us that's like, this sucks, I don't want to do it. I just want to lay in bed and not do anything. And that feeling is strong sometimes. I feel it. In fact, I felt it this morning. I'm tired. I've been working really hard. I produce all these shows, and like I said, I had a great day yesterday. Crazy range of emotions, from dealing with, new Airbnb clients that don't quite get it, to talking to some people who really do get it in the vein of entertainment and having a great meeting with them. And I've, made a lot of, I don't want to say mistakes, or really even failures, but I've had a lot of moments where I just wanted to give up. I'm like, this is not working. It's not working. And so when my friend was telling me about the Savannah Bananas, which I hadn't heard of, I guess you guys definitely check it out. And kind of like what their gimmick is they come out and they do a little dance, and they're getting time on national TV on like ESPN and all that kind of stuff, because of the notoriety that they have. Because this guy just wouldn't give up. Like, he just wouldn't quit. You know, there's a part of me, I just get sick and tired of everything, anything really. And I think that's pretty common. Anyone will probably deal with that in whatever, you know, whatever industry or whatever project that they're working on, where you're just like, all right, I'm tired of doing this. The monotony will get to you. But in just finding and trying and continuing, that's where the genius is waiting. Because that tamasic energy of just like laying in bed and being like, I'm just not gonna give it up. I'm gonna give up. That is not propelling you forward spiritually or creatively. So I think there's a lot of value in finding ways to get yourself to push through all of that. I try to remember, like, why do you do this, right? Like, what is the reason? Why do you walk and talk, you know, on a trail, you know, at noon on a Friday, unprompted, live on YouTube? Why? And it's to share, you know, it's to bring joy and share. Like, that's the whole thing. And some people will look at me, like these people who are about to walk by, and think I'm a fucking crazy person. And they may be right. But also, they probably don't care that much either. Like, you have to move forward. You have to take that next action. And just keep going. How you doing? No matter what, people are going to say some shit. They're going to make fun of you. You're going to bomb your own show or whatever. And that's okay, you know? Like, that part of that too is just like keeping your composure too when things don't go well. It's like, okay, well, they hated me. That didn't go well, but that's all right, you know? It's part of the process. Iterations. Iterating seems to be the name of the game right now. I learned that word from Barry's show on our live stream, where she was talking about fashion. She was talking about iterating your wardrobe. And I think that's true in basically everything, right? Like, everything is consistently refining and honing processes. First, we have to establish the process, and that's a lot of times the most painful part. Then again, once the process is established and then you fail, that sucks too a lot. But eventually you just go back to the drawing board, like the Savannah Bananas. Apparently he tried like dollar beer night, but the lines were super long. He tried, you know, bat night, people got into a fight or whatever, you know, like all these things he tried. He tried all these different gimmicks and all these different angles until they ultimately found something that worked. And that's just a bunch of grown men dancing, I guess. And now they have national coverage from minor league baseball team. So they already had a cool name. Oh, here we go. I see these comments now. I wasn't seeing these. Yeah, dude. Quitters never win. That's true. Assessing requires honesty as well. Yeah, I'm not stoked to look at my tape from last night. I do not want to see that. But like at the same time, it's like the beginning of the night last night for me was great. I was in a great mood. I was cocky and having fun, and the crowd honestly loved me. And then I did my host set, and first 2 minutes just completely lost them. I don't know exactly what I did, but when I go back and look at the tape, which I don't want to do, I will be able to pinpoint exactly what went wrong and reevaluate that, you know. It's crazy you hear comedians talk about bombing, they're 10 years in. It sucks. It doesn't suck so much when you first start, but it really sucks once you kind of are, you know, you've been relatively consistent, and then all of a sudden it's not working. You're like, God, I want to go completely back to the drawing board, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, taking the action, just next action. And for me, like, if I get down, I want to just like lay in bed. Like that's the thing I want to do. Like if I get depressed, I'm like, I'll just lay here. And so that is direct Tamasic energy, and like not giving into that is a win. So even just me getting out and just walking, like I went and got a bagel this morning from the bagel spot that's fucking delicious, which I usually wouldn't do, but it was motivating, got me out of the house. And so now I'm on a walk, and I got some calls and stuff this afternoon. I got some things to take care of. And these things can seem overwhelming. They can be little tiny menial tasks, but seem overwhelming when you're in that sort of state. But just finding ways to kind of break out of it, whatever that is, and generally through action. Sometimes it's just a shower, right? Like sometimes it's just a walk around the block to kind of get that momentum going, and a little encouragement, a little pat on the back, a little self-love. Yeah, dude, that's big stakes, Rob. If you fail at your job, it costs a minimum $30K out of pocket, and he has one chance to do it. Yeah, dude, that's big shit. I know exactly what that's like. You know, I used to coordinate pranks for a living. That was my job in the entertainment industry. We would do insane stunts, dude. Some of them, and that's what's funny to me is it's like I'll be working with somebody, and let's say I'll be working on their house, cleaning it or whatever, getting it prepped for like an Airbnb listing, and they'll kind of like have sort of an attitude, my ego flares, where I'm like, dude, I used to coordinate police cars crashing through walls. Like, are you seriously gonna doubt me on this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been an Airbnb superhost like, I don't even know, like 18 times or something. Like, I know what I'm doing with this. And I don't know. I think it's boundaries too, where we have to remember how we can sort of define ourselves to the person in a way. It's a big that's a big risk though. You know, I'm curious to know what you do, Rob, because it sounds, yeah, and I agree with that. Like a dog, give yourself a treat for accomplishments. And so here's the hack for that. Give yourself the treat for doing it anyway. Give yourself the treat, not for the outcome, right? So I could have just gotten pissed last night after I bombed my host set, which, you know, it's fucking understandable, frankly. But it's like, nope, I can't let them see me, you know, like licking my wounds. I gotta stay up even after that, because it does happen to everybody, and it does happen sometimes. And the crowd was kind of tough, admittedly. They weren't giving us much. They weren't giving anybody much. They really didn't turn till the end. But when you do the action, it's like I still was there. I still stuck it out. I still did all the necessary things. That's a reward, right? Like, that's worth rewarding. Like, just doing the action, just going to do the thing, regardless of the result. Bomb, crush, it doesn't matter. You went and you did it. And then I'll go back, I'll look at the tape and vomit a few times, and then reiterate. You know, those new breakthroughs won't come without those failures, right? Like, to be able to see exactly what happened. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe if I said this instead of that, or did this instead of that, then all of a sudden you have a little bit of a direction to go in, which is cool. Yeah, sometimes it is about the other person. That's a good point, Kevin. You know, and just, you know, knowing that you yourself, you know, maybe that stems from my own insecurity somehow, where I'm like, well, why did this person, you know, you don't know what I can do, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I mean, a lot of times it is, and you just have to let that be. You make mistakes and fix it, whatever. But seeing it through is the name of the game. It doesn't, Fryer is correct. It doesn't really matter what it is. You just keep going. Just keep swimming, like they say in Finding Nemo. And eventually, we figure it out. And that'll be fun. I look forward to that day when it comes. But I hope that's encouraging. I hope everyone has a wonderful Friday. I've got some really cool stuff I'm working on, and I get to talk to some collaborators this afternoon who I'm really excited to be working with. And Thoughts and prayers go out to Joe Roop, who was in a car accident. He's okay, but he's just a little shooken up. Great guy, good friend of mine, and super talented dude. But maybe think about him a little bit today. He was in a car accident yesterday, but he's okay. But yeah, thanks for kicking it with me for a minute. This was just super spontaneous and out for a walk. I hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm feeling a little bit more motivated. I appreciate the energy, and yeah, we'll see you all around. Peace, guys.